Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Try DIY with Ebony. I was recently challenged to give a facelift to an old deck. Watch me as I upgrade this old deck into something brand new. Here is a panoramic view of the deck. This space is about 10 by 12, and the client wanted a space where they could just sit outside and lounge and relax. Currently, there were several chairs and a table there, but they wanted something a little more comfortable. As you'll see, the deck was in pretty bad shape. A lot of the wood was old and decayed and rotting and needed to be replaced. Looking at the condition of the wood, I knew that some parts were going to have to be fully replaced. I did want to try to maintain the base structure though, so that I wasn't just completing a brand new deck. Unfortunately, once we cleared the space under the deck, I realized that we were not alone. This toad was huge, and there were so many other creatures that this project was almost a no-go for me. However, I had some help from some pretty handsome fellas that helped me get rid of some of these creatures.
Brian!
Now that we had the wildlife all taken care of and moved away, we're able to focus on the bones of the deck. As you can see, a facelift was definitely in order. We cleared everything off the deck and took a look at the integrity of the long planks on the deck. There were some of them that could have been replaced, but basically they were pretty good for the facelift that we were doing. Then came the fun part, the demolition. If you ever have the opportunity to swing a bat or an axe or anything where you are allowed to be destructive, I say go for it because it's definitely a stress reliever. So basically all that was left once we knocked down the balusters and the railings were the foundation 4x4 posts. I decided to completely replace the stairs and the first landing, and so there was another opportunity for demolition. The stair stringers were even in bad shape, so I decided to get rid of those as well. Fighting with rain and the heat wave, I was finally able to get to putting down the new wood. I used pressure treated lumber, mostly 2x4s, several 2x6s, but mostly 2x4s. For the sake of time, I used 2 prefabricated railings. I could not get that word out before. 2 prefabricated railings. Even though I could have built them myself, I just decided to use those for the sake of time. As you can see here, I did build that railing myself on that side of the deck. So here I'm just putting up the balusters, and they are measured. I am just putting a nail in the top, and then I'll go back with a level and make sure that the bottom is nailed in properly. Finished that up and moved on to the platform where I added more balusters. I'm pretty sure I was done for the day after installing all of the railings and the balusters. This was also a dry fit because the client had requested that they wanted a larger platform on the top railing. So I was trying to see just how much space these I think those are 2x8s and 2x10s would give her. It was time to sand. I used my orbital sander. I think it was maybe a 60 grit sand pad to get those rough edges. Once I got rid of those rough edges, I did change the sand pad to about I think it was maybe like a 160, so it gave it more of a smooth finish to the touch. So you can see some of the rounded edges from the sanding in these pictures. So again, the heat and the rain were major fun snatchers for this project. So I decided to go ahead and paint, even though I still needed to do that other side rail. I figured I would do what I could while the sun was out. So I went ahead and sanded and painted to get that part done. I'm using BEHR Premium Waterproofing Stain and Sealer. The original color that I selected was more of an orange color, and I didn't like that. So I changed to this color, which is the Rusted Solid Waterproofing Stain and Sealer. I liked how this one was kind of close to the original color of the deck, and I liked how it went on. It went on more like paint rather than a stain. I do have a paint sprayer, and this job would have gone a lot faster if I decided to use the paint sprayer, but just decided to use rollers and brushes. Once the painting was all done, it was time to work on the decor. I found this beautiful metal piece at Hobby Lobby, and of course, I wasn't going to leave it the way I bought it, and I wanted it to fit into the decor that I envisioned for the porch. You guessed it, I pulled out the spray paint and I got busy transforming this piece into something that would ultimately complement the colors that I selected for the furnishings on the porch. My colors were navy and salmon, so I wanted to make sure I captured both colors in this piece. So I just went back and forth and sprayed in different random areas with the spray paint. I think it turned out pretty good. Next was the flooring for the larger platform. This is an outdoor waterproof carpet that I found on Amazon that I thought would work perfectly. Next was assembling the furniture. And here we are with the final product. I was very, very pleased with how this project turned out. My vision was definitely brought to fruition. There were some things that I would have done differently the next time, some things that were out of my control, but overall, I absolutely love how this turned out. I love the colors. I think that the clients will absolutely spend many quiet and cozy evenings on this back porch, and I hope that they will enjoy it for many, many years to come. I didn't like the table that came with the sofa set, so I created a new table by buying a metal bass drum and using the glass that was for the original table. I think it turned out pretty nicely. I painted the garden bed so that it would fit in seamlessly with the rest of the deck. And I added the words blessed with a stencil.